Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Well, one of the most detestable rogue judges in the entire judicial orbit is under fire, and that is in the wake of the Arctic Frost spying scandal that is broken wide open. Obviously, a lot of Republican senators were spied on, and a lot of Trump allies were as well. But before we get into the story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, Attorney General Pam Bondi has been investigating rogue Judge James Boasberg for some time now. In March, he was the focus of controversy when he told a flight of deported illegal aliens to turn around in mid-flight and come back to the United States. Well, this judge was blasted by no less than the Supreme Court for his activist views, and he is really one unhinged operator within the federal government who is trying to push an elitist agenda surreptitiously, and he was involved in the FISA gate controversy, which authorized spying on the Trump campaign despite a lot of the Steele dossier and other information pointing to it being a political hit job, that being suppressed. And this guy is obviously a menace, and he is in the D.C. court system. He is the current chief judge of that district court, and he is now facing an ethics complaint for bias against Donald Trump. So as we said, Boasberg approved secret subpoenas in 2023 that let the Biden DOJ quietly obtain phone records of nearly a dozen GOP lawmakers without notifying them. These records were used in special counsel Jack Smith's Arctic Frost probe that was tied to Trump's election case. So ethics watchdog CASA says Boasberg enabled unconstitutional surveillance and violated judicial standards. Well, this comes in the aftermath of GOP Rep. Brandon Gill, who filed articles of impeachment accusing Boasberg of ignoring laws protecting Senate data. Boasberg is also under scrutiny for controversial comments about Trump at a March judicial conference, which really raised a lot of eyebrows because it really showed him to be a left-wing activist. Critics argue this reflects a broader weaponization of the DOJ against political opponents. Of course, this is complete nonsense because we are trying to hold people accountable for weaponizing the FBI, CIA, DOJ, NSA. The entire alphabet soup of government agencies have been mobilized against Donald Trump and his allies from day one. So that's completely facetious counter-argument. And Boasberg, he is really on the hot seat. You would like to think the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, would want to consider defunding some of these rogue courts and maybe getting them away from court cases of any importance. But, it seems like SDNY and the DC Circuit Court keep getting some of the most important cases in the country, despite it being filled with complete hatchet men for the Democratic Party. But, that's just me. I don't know what is going on with the Speaker of the House or the Republican leadership. They might want to take action someday to get some things done for the American people. Just a word of advice. But that's just my opinion. Weigh in with your own.